So I'm in Nigerian transaction. I'm being tortured at MTA. They're telling their workers to call the police on me. So they're trying to get rid of homeless by framing us up as crazy and whatever. They did that to me some years ago. Went and locked me up in the psych ward, stole my green card, stole my social security card, and said they're going to continue to finally kill any homeless that still remains in the subway system. So they've been threatening me that anytime I use the bathroom, they're going to lie on me and claim I'm doing drugs and kill me. I have diarrhea and I need to use the bathroom. So I'm on my way to the bathroom. So they always bring their police with guns and everything to come and stand in front of the bathroom to scare me. And they're torturing me like the North Korea tortured the US soldier. They said they invaded their land as a spy and they returned his body after he was in coma. And the US government was condemning the North Korean government for doing that. So we foreigners are not spies that the US can retaliate on, and we're not all North Koreans. I'm a Nigerian that they can torture as tit for tat. So this is serious. The MTA CEO, Jan Oliver, MTA CEO, he told the New York Post, a white conservative newspaper, like he's telling them a secret. He said they should watch him. He's going to get rid of all these homeless. He has tricks in his kitty that he's going to use. And since then, they've been invading any bathroom I use with armed anti-terrorism police. They'll come and stand there, they station them in this station, and I'm in Nigeria with diarrhea. And he said, the Wall Street is here, and traditionally they don't let blacks in the Wall Street area. They call this area Whitehall. So they use their anti-terrorism police to scare me, especially in this area. They'll come and stand in front of the bathroom, and they will invade the bathroom. And this Trump has also said something, so we're going in to Chicago. But anytime he makes a statement like that, it's mean they would attack. There was the time came to New York City for WWE wrestling match, him and Elon Musk, and I thought that was odd. Probably an old man like wrestling. And after that, I criticized this Trump a lot for about 14 years now online, because I went to his hotel while he was a civilian. He wasn't a president then in 2011, and I went to use the bathroom in his hotel. I was a customer. He called in a hotel called Taj Mahal. He has since sold that hotel. In Atlantic City, and they called the police on me and kicked me out of the bathroom also. So since then, I've been trying to sue him for 14 years now, since 2011. I can't find a lawyer. I have diarrhea. I'm from Nigeria. I've been homeless. The police took my home wrongfully. I was dying and killed my friend in Uganda. I was helping the hospital. So since then, I've been getting tortured. My mother was killed also. My own daughter's friend, my friend, and killed her. Because me and my mother was suing the police for money, and my mother said address when I was living in Pennsylvania. Thought they could help that money to keep my mother early. Bologna, so that's it. So they've been torturing me like for fun, like a prank, and they arrested me wrongfully in 2019. And went into my pocket, stole my green card, stole my social security card. I was like, I can't return back to work because as a foreigner, you need proof of your immigration status to work. I used to work as a homemaker. So they've now seen, they can render me poor and just kill me. So this Trump puts word out there, they're going to be invading Chicago anytime. And I think it's sending a coded message to his cohort in the NYPD, because he always comes to New York City for the past years. Like the president during his first term, and said he wants the police to use more brutality. And he was saying something about if somebody spits on the police, they should punch them. So I don't know if they're going to punch me and claim, I'm spitting on them or whatever. They can just make up lies, because I won't be able to record any arrest. They always handcuff me and stuff. So I'm an activist that's been trying to take this Trump to court for the past 14 years, and he's been issuing coded messages. They said even Biden said he was using coded messages on January 6th when he told his supporters to invade the U.S. Congress after he lost the election to Biden in 2020 and to come and fight like hell. But it was denying that he wasn't talking to people. He was just speaking in general. And even Biden and the U.S. Department of Justice said he was issuing a coded message asking his supporters to fight like hell. And he said his supporters gathered in front of Congress and invaded Congress, and people died. A police officer died. And he's been issuing pardons to supporters, all of them that was arrested. So he's been able to fool even the U.S. government. And Biden was charged them for insurrection, but before they could really try the case in court, Trump became president. So this is somebody that's able to, Justice Department and get rid of criminal charges against them. So definitely, I as a Nigerian criticizing my stand up chance. As a poor Nigerian, I wouldn't even have a lawyer to help me. He sets me up. So he has his own cohort of rogue police and officers, and he said it's been threatening that he's interested in retaliation, and people like people that wanted to put him in prison, like Lolita James, the state prosecutor, within his radar, is going to put them also in prison. So with me, I think they may just try to kill me. Like Diallo was killed and just lie on me. That I was a real problem. I'm not a real problem. If they have any problem with me, let's go to court. But arbitrary, kidnap and arrest under the guise that we homeless people are invaders to the subway system. I have my Metro card. I'm not an invader. And under the Americans with Disability Act and New York State human rights law, you can't discriminate me because I have diarrhea and I come here to use the bathroom while I'm riding the train. So at the station, or the agents will be watching me, and they'll go and call the police anytime I'm in the bathroom, like for fun. So this MTS CEO said he was telling a conservative paper called New York Post. This is my diarrhea pill. He was telling a conservative newspaper that he knows how to get rid of all these homeless, that they should just watch out. It has a lot of tricks in his kitty. And now they put the military police, anti-terrorism police around any station I use, especially this area called Whitehall. So I think they want to kill me as a racial pride. That they hunt me down like a monkey. If they have people making monkey noise, they say we Africans, they always call us monkey here. So this is extremely racialized. The Brooklyn Federal Court told them to stop doing this, targeting blacks to arrest like monkeys. In 2013, they issued an order, and they're not complying with it. So this is one of the places that they feel they can invade me and kill me. And this Trump has been putting in words out there, which I believe is coded messages, because he was able to incite January 6th insurrection and drop criminal charges against him, became president again. So with me, and Biden and the Justice Department felt he used coded messages to lure his militia or supporters to invade the Congress and target the Congress people that were going to certify Biden as president. And they weren't able to prove it because he, of course, denied everything, said everybody's against him. He's just a victim of bullies, people and he was able to win the presidency based on that. People voted for him, and he dropped the criminal charges against himself. Or Biden must have had to drop it after he won the presidency and was sworn in. I don't really follow these issues. I have enough problems I'm dealing with. I'm homeless on the street and it's hard to keep battle. So this is what they're doing under this Trump and Lieber. And Trump brought his transportation secretary, give them ultimatum. As soon as he became president this year, what Lieber said is going to do, that trick that Lieber has, the MTS CEO, I believe he's a white supremacist also, so he needs to bring that trick and get rid of every homeless like me. So we're a shithole. That's another Trump has used against against African countries. And he also said, it's also being hinting that some people were calling him dead. That, and it's like Putin said, but they're going to invade Chicago. He doesn't know about death, about him dying yet. So it's like he's putting all these coded messages out there. They said invasion and death. And it was, it's just, it's a good speaker of the American English. And he said in American English, there's something called innuendo, that people talk in coded messages, especially criminals. They say a lot of these criminals that would go and kill somebody and boast. Even there was this American rapper, Young Thug. They said there was a killing in Atlanta, but his rap music was talking about the killing before it occurred. And when they arrested him, they claimed, that was just him fantasizing about the killing. He never participated in it. So they said the criminals in America that are good speakers of American English know how to talk in code, and but their supporters and their gang members or their militia would know what they're talking about. But to the ordinary person, they will just be confused and dazzled. And even in court, the jury may be confused and like, so we just think this is just, this is just coincidence. So this Trump has been talking about his death, that people are talking about him that he's going to die soon, and say he doesn't know about that, but he knows what he's sure about is there's going to be an invasion, serious, of Chicago. At some point he was saying Putin, I used that term a lot, and he was saying Putin, there's been so many deaths, you have to cooperate, and I don't know, maybe he's threatening me to leave America. Say Putin, you can't, So and really, it's just, I took that what people to call my mother's been killed, my father's been killed, Eric Garner's been killed. So he said, Putin has to cooperate. I guess this is not just trying to scare me away from America, whatever they want from me. And that's what it means. Putin, besides Putin has to cooperate. There's been so many assassinations already. And, this can't continue. And we're saying Putin. So I believe at some point it was referred to him as Putin. And he said these people that commit crimes, and this Trump has been convicted of crimes here, 34 fraud charges, and they refused to send him to the prison. Last year, he was convicted of a crime. 34. Lelita James, now he says, going after Lelita James. He was convicted of taking bank loan under false pretenses, this Trump. So he's been convicted of crime. He's a felon in New York. And they say people that commit crime, and they're successful committing crime, they have their own method. So I'm just in Nigeria, I'm novice, so all this thing is strange to me, but people shouldn't underestimate the severity of what is happening to me. So I'm going to post this on YouTube.